Hey, good morning, y'all. So today I wanted to make a video and I wanted to talk about why does it seem like you have more support in your life when things are going bad? So there's been times that we all have went through hard times in life, right? And it seems like when you're not your best self, that's when you have the most friends. That's when you have the most support. That's when people are coming out the woodworks and really trying to give you like encouraging words, like they're really so concerned. Like you really feel loved. You feel seen. You feel like okay, I may be in a rough time right now, but I'm gonna get through this. I really got some people who love me, they supporting me, they rooting for me. You know what I mean? Like they're there for me. Even if, let's say, for instance, you're a content creator, right? And you post things and say, like, you start to notice that the only time people are interested, and I'm saying interested because they're commenting, but they're always watching. They're only interested is when you're talking about something what they perceive as negative, like when they feel as though something bad happened to you, even if nothing really bad happened to you. In their mind, okay, well, there's something that happened, even if it's the littlest thing that inconvenienced you, so I'm happy. So they'll seem so supportive, right? Oh, you lost somebody, or oh, your heart is broken, oh, you're depressed, I'm here for you, I'm praying for you. Those type of people, right? But do you ever wonder why that once you are no longer in that negative space, right? Once you're no longer in that broken relationship, once you're no longer living in poverty, like whatever your issue was, once you've gravitated out of that, crickets. You're barely going to get a congratulations, if anything. People are going to act like they don't even see you now. You're going to get no type of acknowledgement. Now there is no support. Now there is nobody backing you up. Now there is nobody giving you encouraging words and trying to push you forward. Why? Because now you have elevated past their expectations and they are not going to be contributing to your success because it was never a part of that. They wanted you to feel low. And as long as you felt low and it showed that in your life, they can give you 110% support because you were never a threat to them. They never really had to worry about you outshining them. So, of course, somebody that they look down on, even though they're not going to tell you this, but I'm telling you, pay attention to people's actions. If they can look down on you in any way in life or any area of your life, they will support you to the fullest extent. But the moment they feel like they don't have anything over you and that you are above them in any area of their life, you're not getting no type of support because, like I said, they had no intentions on supporting you. They're only around because you're doing bad, and it makes them feel like, okay, well, my life may not be 100%, but this person is going through this and I'm not, so I gotta be doing a little bit better. They internalize things like that, and it's actually scary that people will take a certain part of your life and think that's, the full thing. And then when they see that you're no longer in that area, it's like they cannot grasp it. They can't handle it. And this is why people say it's lonely at the top, because the more you elevate, the more you put yourself first, you are going to be targeted left and right. People are only going to want to come around to use you to get what they can from you. People are going to try to attach themselves to you because they know there's some type of benefit. But that's when your discernment comes into play. That's when, you know what I mean, you allow God to show you who's really for you. And you'll be surprised just because somebody seems so supportive and loving. What they say, a wolf in sheep clothing. Don't be so surprised that, oh, the same person who seemed supportive and seemed loving actually was an enemy, because it happens more often than not. And you know what they say, people want to see you do good, but never better than them. And it's a very small few people who actually do not have that kind of heart, do not have that kind of spirit, and they're going to root people on. They don't care what position that you're in. Even if you're above them, they're going to root their friend on, root their family, whatever. But the odds of that happening is slim to none. And I think, honestly, only a certain amount of people get to experience that in life, because the most of us, we do not have those good connections. We do not have people rooting in our corners. We do not have just genuine, honest people in our lives. Anybody who comes in our lives, they try to take, whether that's physically, energetically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. They're coming to take. They're not coming to give. And you'll notice it right away. You will notice it. Even if you try to turn a blind eye, you're going to get that intuition, that gut feeling. And they're going to kind of like that feeling is telling you something's off, something is not right. And that's what it is, because people's true colors is going to come out eventually. They can only be fake for so long. And if you have somebody who, like I said, super supportive, they're there for you, this, that, and the third, let's just say, okay, they didn't even wait until you got out of that situation, right? Because most times you'll have people, like I said, love bombing you, super supportive, they're all there for you. But then once you get out of that situation, they no longer exist. They act like you never existed. You know what I mean? It's just like, what happened? But you know what happened. But there's also times where people will attach themselves to you, right? Because again, this is all perception and what they perceive you as. If somebody perceives you as lower than them in any area, you're easy to love. And I hate to say that, but it's so true. And I know so many people have experienced it. I know I'm not the only one, but they'll automatically have this narrative in their head about you, right? So they're going to come off strong. They're going to be loving, supporting, all that, want to be your friend, like the whole nine. But over time, this person is going to start to realize, like, wait a minute, even though I thought this person was in this situation, they're not really that bad off. They're not really this, they're not really that. And then the true colors will start to switch up. It don't even have to be, you don't already got out the situation completely. When they start to realize, like, wait, this person isn't as bad as I thought they was. And again, as long as you are beneath other people, they have no problem with supporting you. They have no problem with rooting for you, giving you your flowers, whatever the case may be. People are not going to come out and support you and love you and just genuinely be there for you if they feel like they have nothing to gain, if there's no benefit for them, because this is a very selfish world. And most people only care about, what am I getting out the deal? How is this going to help me? And if there's nothing that's going to benefit them or help them in the long run, they're not going to go out their way. When you were chosen, I feel like this is something that we all experience at a very young age. And the older that we get, it's easy to spot things out like this. It's easy to navigate through this. And, you go into it with an open mind. You meet people with an open mind, but you never allow no one to get too close to you. No one is able to get but so far, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how nice they seem, how genuine they seem. You kind of keep it at a certain distance, because you know how people can switch on you like a light switch. You see that light switch over there? Boom, on and off. Like 1 minute they rock it for you, your bestie, hey. Next thing you know, they sitting there talking about you like a dog. But it's okay, because Jesus sits high and he looks low. And people who think they get away with it, they don't. And honestly, I hate to say it, but it's like, you'd rather be the one they're talking about than the one the one doing the talking. You know what I mean? Like, people gonna talk no matter what. So it is what it is. But yeah, if you start to notice that people attach themselves to you, and then when you're no longer in a bad situation or whatever you was going through, and they no longer want to talk to you, they wasn't for you from the jump. Like I said, they really wanted to attach themselves to you because they felt like you was lower than them, and that somehow they was going to benefit. They was going to be able to say, oh, I helped this person elevate, or I helped this person get out of this situation. And that's another thing. Sometimes people will help you just to run back and go talk about you. Like, the help don't even be genuine all the time. Like, sometimes people will really go out their way to do something for you just to run your name through the streets and go ahead and say, like, oh, well, do you know Monica needed this, so I did this, that, and the third. That's why we rely on God and God only. And the things that we need, God will provide. And he will send people in our lives, total strangers, to give you exactly what you need. So, yeah, we really have to be mindful of who we connect ourselves to, and just keep our eyes open. Everything that looks good is not good. Everything that sounds good is not good. And you will be able to tell people by their fruit. We're such a judgmental world. Everything you do, people looking at you like, oh my God, there's no way you believe in God acting like that. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. You don't believe in God. God knows our hearts. We don't have anything to prove to man. Keep that in mind. Man wants you to go above and beyond to prove things to them to get their validation. Our validation comes from above, not below.